The triple-horned meat-eater who rips meats off through his sharp teeth lived during prehistoric times. It was an apex predator in the landscapes throughout the Late Jurassic period, controlling the environments with its amazing size and fearsome hunting prowess. This predator was a tremendous force to be feared, with its massive jaws, sharp, serrated teeth, and lean frame. It had strong, scaly skin that shielded its body from the elements and allowed it to blend in with its surroundings. It was the realm of Ceratosaurus, a fearsome dinosaur ruling its territory. Theropod dinosaur Ceratosaurus was a huge species, reaching lengths of up to 20 feet and a hip height of roughly 8 feet. It was smaller than some of the other great theropods of its day, including Allosaurus and Saurophagonix, and weighed about 1,000 pounds. The Ceratosaurus skull was made up of numerous distinct bones that were closely connected to form a protective structure around the brain. It was relatively massive, reaching lengths of up to 80 centimeters. The nasal horn, which extended forward from the tip of the snout, was the most noticeable aspect of the Ceratosaurus skull. This horn was made of solid bone and may have been used as a weapon in conflicts with other dinosaurs or for display purposes, such as luring mates or intimidating rivals. The two smaller horns that Ceratosaurus had above its eyes were similarly formed of solid bone. Although these horns were not as noticeable as the nasal horn, they nevertheless contributed to the dinosaur's distinctive appearance. Long, curved, pointed, and serrated around the edges, Ceratosaurus's teeth were long and pointed. The front teeth of the mouth were the largest, while the back teeth were smaller and less angular. Although each Ceratosaurus had slightly different teeth in terms of size and shape, they were all well suited for tearing flesh. A third of the length of Ceratosaurus's body was taken up by its very short and slender limbs. 3 of the fingers on the little, delicate hands were clawed sharply on the tips. The hands and arms of Ceratosaurus were small, but they were well-formed and functional, and they would have been utilized for a range of functions. The Ceratosaurus had long, strong legs that were around 2/3 as long as its body. The 3 toes on the foot were sharply pointed and large and robust. The Ceratosaurus had legs and feet that were excellent for running, pursuing prey, and bearing the weight of the body. Ceratosaurus probably had scales on it, just like other theropod dinosaurs did. These scales would have protected the dinosaur from harm and assisted it in controlling body temperatures by either trapping heat or allowing it to escape. Theropod skin impressions preserved in fossil form have occasionally revealed evidence of knobs or bumps on the skin's surface. It's possible that Ceratosaurus had similar skin characteristics, perhaps in this species-specific patterns or combinations. Moving further, do you know what the climate conditions were when they existed? The world was unusually warm throughout the Late Jurassic period, with average temperatures believed to have been 4 to 6 degrees Celsius higher than they are today. There were still regional and seasonal differences in temperature, though. Additionally, the Late Jurassic experienced a lot of atmospheric moisture and rainfall, making it a relatively humid time. This would have allowed for a wide diversity of plant life, which would have allowed for a wide range of herbivorous dinosaurs that Ceratosaurus might have preyed upon. Even though the Late Jurassic experienced a generally warm and humid climate, there were still regional variations depending on location. For instance, some regions might have been drier or more vulnerable to drought, while other regions might have been more vulnerable to flooding or other extreme weather occurrences. Now let's focus on what was their diet and how did they manage to get it. The size and anatomical characteristics of Ceratosaurus suggest that it was able to take down quite large prey species. Its strong neck and torso would have given it the strength needed to defeat battling prey, and its powerful jaws and pointed teeth would have allowed it to bite and rip through flesh and bone. Even though the precise prey of Ceratosaurus is unknown, it is likely that the dinosaur hunted and consumed other dinosaurs as part of its diet. Ceratosaurus shared environments with other theropod dinosaurs, like Allosaurus and Stegosaurus, which made them suitable food for the predator. Ceratosaurus hunted and consumed smaller prey animals, including reptiles and small mammals, in addition to other dinosaurs. Ceratosaurus fossils have been discovered alongside those of tiny mammals and reptiles, indicating that the dinosaur may have also preyed on these creatures. Like many other predatory creatures, Ceratosaurus occasionally scavenged the remains of dead animals. The dinosaur may have obtained food by scavenging without using as much energy as it would have in a full-on hunt. As Ceratosaurus existed between 156 and 145 million years ago during the Late Jurassic period, the Earth was going through a lot of changes at this time, including the dissolution of the supercontinent Pangaea and the formation of new land masses and ocean basins. As a result, depending on its location and other environmental circumstances, Ceratosaurus would have likely lived in a variety of habitats and ecosystems. Fossils of the Ceratosaurus have been discovered in North America, more specifically in the western states like Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. During the Late Jurassic period, these regions were close to the equator and marked by warm, humid climates and a variety of habitats. Ceratosaurus likely frequented a variety of ecosystems, including forests, swamps, and floodplains. However, the specific habits in which it lived changed depending on location. These habits would have offered Ceratosaurus a wide variety of prey items to hunt and consume, as well as cover and places to lay its eggs. Ceratosaurus coexisted in its habitat alongside a number of other dinosaurs as well as smaller species, including mammals, reptiles, and birds during the Late Jurassic period, which was distinguished by a rich spectrum of plant and animal life. Vegetation such as ferns, cycads, and conifers would have been abundant in the areas where Ceratosaurus would have thrived. Large theropod dinosaurs like Ceratosaurus are known to have been solitary animals, which means they hunted and lived alone rather than in groups. The majority of theropod fossil remains are found solitary rather than in groups or herds, which lends credence to this. Ceratosaurus mating conduct is not directly demonstrated. However, it is possible that the dinosaurs engaged in courtship rituals to entice mates. This might have involved showing off dominance or hostility, as well as showing off physical features like the horn on the dinosaur's snout. There is some evidence that suggests sexual dimorphism, or morphological differences between male and females, may have existed in Ceratosaurus. For instance, certain Ceratosaurus specimens have been discovered with nasal horns or crests that are more pronounced. These features may have been more developed in males in preparation for displays and combat. It is known that several theropod dinosaurs, notably Ceratosaurus's near relatives like Allosaurus, constructed nests and lay eggs. There is no concrete proof, however, it is possible that Ceratosaurus engaged in comparable nesting behaviors. The dinosaurs would have built a nest, laid eggs, and probably watched over it until the young emerged. There isn't any concrete proof that Ceratosaurus exhibited any sort of parental care, thus it is unknown whether it did. It is probable that the dinosaurs protected and cared for their young because some theropod dinosaurs, including some close relatives of Ceratosaurus, like Oviraptor, are known to have displayed parental care. In spite of being such powerful and huge creatures, they became extinct by the end of the Cretaceous period. Like many other dinosaurs, Ceratosaurus is believed to have perished due to a cataclysmic event that happened at the end of the Cretaceous period, roughly 66 million years ago. It is generally accepted that this occurrence was triggered by a significant asteroid impact, which altered the climate and left behind extensive destruction. During the late Cretaceous period, in addition to environmental changes, Ceratosaurus may have encountered more competition from other large predators, such as other theropod dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus rex. This might have increased the strain on the species and hastened its final extinction. Few scientists claim that genetic factors such as a decline in genetic diversity or the accumulation of harmful mutations over time may also have contributed to the extinction of Ceratosaurus. So this was all about the triple-horned meat-eater Ceratosaurus. If you want to get more such updates, hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. Also, let us know in the comment section how you find it. By knowing about unique species, we get an idea of how the world, climate, and wilderness was in historic times. We get to know about several new concepts we never knew ever existed. Did you know there was an enormous pig up to a height of 10 feet during ancient times? It's called Daeodon. Click the video on your screen to know more about it.